All right, are you ready to feel the magic of Rio? We're diving deep into 4 perfect days in Rio de Janeiro. You've done your research, and now we're going to break it all down.
Rio's got it all. Beaches, mountains, culture, you name it.
But let's start with the basics. You land at Galeão International Airport. What's the move?
Taxis or ride-sharing are your best bet. Make sure they're reputable, though. Safety first.
Good call. Now, you've got your eye on Copacabana, Ipanema, and Leblon for places to stay. They all sound amazing. How can our listener pick just one?
Well, each neighborhood has its own vibe. Copacabana, it's iconic Rio. That beach goes on forever, and the nightlife is legendary.
4 kilometers of beach. That's a lot of people watching.
Exactly. Then you've got Ipanema. It's a little more chill, a little more upscale. Great beach, amazing shopping.
And Leblon.
Leblon's the most exclusive of the 3. Think like fancy boutiques and gourmet restaurants, a little more laid back.
So many choices.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
It really depends what you're looking for in your trip. That classic Rio buzz. Copacabana might be your spot, a bit more relaxed and high-end. Maybe Leblon's calling your name?
It sounds like you can't go wrong with any of them.
Exactly. And hey, quick tip. Learn a few Portuguese phrases. Locals really appreciate it.
Great advice. All right, day 1 in Rio. What's on the agenda?
Day 1, we're hitting the must-sees. We're going to start at the top, literally. Christ the Redeemer on Corcovado Mountain.
Oh, those views are incredible. Any tips for making the most of this experience?
Train or a van up to the statue. Avoids the lines. If you're an early bird, go first thing in the morning. It's quieter.
Imagine that. Sunrise over Rio with Christ the Redeemer watching over the city. Wow.
Yeah, it's something else. After that, we're going to another iconic peak, Sugarloaf Mountain.
Ah, Sugarloaf. Those cable car views are incredible, right?
Absolutely. You see the whole city, Guanabara Bay, the beaches, everything.
Sunset must be amazing there.
You know it. The light hits those peaks just right. Pure magic. And to wrap up this incredible day, we're heading to Santa Teresa for dinner.
Santa Teresa, it's like Rio's bohemian heart, tucked away in the hills.
It's totally different from the beaches, but just as captivating. Cobblestone streets, art galleries, great little restaurants. It's got a cool energy.
Day 2 in Rio. Time to dive even deeper. What's next on this adventure?
Day 2 is all about Rio's soul. We're talking beaches, nature, and samba, the full Rio experience.
I'm ready. Where do we start?
We'll start with a classic Rio experience, hitting those amazing beaches, relax, soak up the sun, maybe even try a surfing lesson.
I'm all about that beach life. Which beach are we going to first?
You've got options. Copacabana, Ipanema, Leblon, they each have a different vibe.
Any tips for beach day in Rio?
Remember, the sun is strong. Sunscreen and hydration are key. And be mindful of local customs like appropriate beach attire.
Respect the sun, respect the style. Got it. But you mentioned a hidden natural gem. What is that all about?
In the afternoon, we're treating the beach for Tijuca Forest.
A forest. In Rio.
Yep, Tijuca Forest. It's the largest urban forest in the world. Waterfalls, amazing views, hiking trails.
Wow. I'm picturing monkeys and exotic birds. Quite a change from the beach.
It's a different side of Rio, for sure. And as night falls, we're going to Lapa.
Ah, Lapa. Rio's nightlife central.
Get ready for some samba. Lapa is all about live music, especially samba. Dinner, drinks, maybe even learn some dance moves.
From the beach to the forest to the heart of Rio's music scene, this day is packed. What about day 3?
Day 3, we're indulging in Brazilian flavors, art, and even a little taste of the Amazon, all without leaving Rio.
Sign me up. Food adventures are my favorite. What's on the menu?
First up, feijoada, Brazil's national dish. It's this hearty black bean stew packed with flavor.
I've heard so much about feijoada. What about churrasco? That's a must-try, right?
Of course. No trip to Brazil is complete without churrasco. Think juicy cuts of grilled meat, especially picanha.
Okay, my mouth is watering. But we need some balance. Any lighter, healthier options?
Absolutely. We'll hit up a local market for fresh fruit. And speaking of healthy, have you ever tried acai?
I've heard about it, but never tried it.
You're in for a treat. Acai is a superfood from the Amazon, and in Rio, they make it into everything. Smoothies, bowls, even ice cream. Perfect for a warm day.
So we've got the food covered. Now tell me about these hidden artistic treasures you mentioned.
Rio's art scene is incredible, and it often gets overlooked.
I'm always up for discovering hidden gems. What are we checking out?
How about the Escadaria Selarón? Those colorful steps covered in tiles?
And I've seen pictures. It looks amazing.
It is. A staircase turned into a giant mosaic. Thousands of colorful tiles from all over the world, and it's a great spot for photos.
Day 3 is shaping up to be incredible. Food, art, beaches. Rio has it all. All right, we've covered so much in Rio, from Christ the Redeemer to Sugarloaf, those incredible beaches, Tijuca Forest, even Lapa, and that amazing food. And of course, Arraial do Cabo. But before our listeners head off to Rio, what are some final tips to make their trip unforgettable?
You've done a great job planning, but Rio is a city that rewards those who are open to new experiences.
You mean go with the flow a little?
Exactly. Embrace the karaoke spirit. Be open to the unexpected. Don't be afraid to stray from the itinerary, talk to the locals, try something new, get a little lost.
Speaking of getting lost, what about getting around Rio? Any tips on transportation?
Rio's got a pretty good public transportation system. The metro's affordable and easy to use. Get a Rio card. You can use it for the metro, buses, even the ferry to Niterói.
Oh, the ferry to Niterói. I hear the views of the city are amazing from there.
Definitely worth it. And of course, there's always taxis and ride-sharing apps, especially handy at night.
But Rio also seems like a great city to explore on foot.
Totally. Walking's the best way to soak in the atmosphere, discover those hidden gems.
So comfortable shoes are a must.
For sure. And don't forget a hat and sunscreen. That Rio sun is strong, especially if you're spending time on the beach or outdoors.
Good point. All right, besides the practical stuff, what are some essentials to pack for Rio?
Well, definitely a good camera. You'll want to capture those breathtaking views, all those colorful moments.
Maybe a journal to jot down those thoughts and memories.
I love that idea. It's so much better than just scrolling through photos later. Oh, and leave some room in your suitcase for souvenirs.
Any recommendations for souvenirs?
Rio's got some amazing local crafts, colorful artwork, beautiful jewelry, textiles with intricate designs. And of course, brigadeiros. Those chocolate truffles are a must.
You had me at chocolate truffles. Now, what about apps? Are there any must-have apps for navigating Rio?
Besides the usual translation and ride-sharing apps, check out apps that list local events and festivals. You never know what cool stuff you might find happening while you're there.
Always good to be in the know. Now, we talked about the karaoke spirit before. What does that really mean? How can our listeners tap into it?
It's hard to describe. It's a feeling, warmth, openness, a love for life. It's about embracing the rhythm of the city, connecting with people, and being present in the moment.
Sounds like it's all about saying yes to new experiences.
Exactly. Let Rio work its magic on you. Get a little lost. Try something you've never had before. Dance the night away to samba music.
I love it. This deep dive has been incredible. We've really captured what makes Rio so special.
It's been a pleasure sharing my love for Rio. I know your listeners will have an amazing time.
So to all our listeners out there ready to trade their routine for samba and sunshine, go for it. Embrace the adventure, enjoy the energy, create some memories that will last a lifetime.
And don't forget to tag us in your Instagram photos. We want to see those amazing Rio moments.
Thanks for joining us on this journey to Rio de Janeiro. Until next time, keep exploring and keep the spirit of adventure alive.